All right. It says I
Or we
am
can just skip.
live.
I'm finna hang
Let
up.
me invite you here. Oh my goodness. Not today.
What happened?
Shalom. My phone is acting up. Let me fix this. All right. I'm going to have to use another phone today because it's not working. Oh, here we go.
Is it Instagram?
Um, invite. And I'm going to try to invite my other page. Hold up. All right, let's see if this works here. I don't know. Oh, I see what's happening. Your girl's
Are
echoing.
you live? Sis, it's echoing
Hold
really
on.
bad.
Shalom, everybody. Just wait a minute. Having some issues here.
It's it's echoing pretty bad.
I can't hear you. Hold on. What did you say?
I said it's echoing pretty bad.
I can't hear you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can't hear nothing.
Can you hear me now?
Is it too much?
Can you hear me
Hmm.
now?
Let me see.
Hello.
I can hear myself. I can't hear
Can't
you
hear me.
though. All right. Let me see
Hello.
this. Are you there? Can I hear you now?
Hello.
I still can't hear you. I have this up loud too.
It's okay.
Let me get out and go back in again. Let's see. Um, Let me see if it's because I have all this on. Hello, you there? I
Can
can
you hear
hear you
me?
on my computer. I just can't hear you on the Instagram.
Oh, I'm not on Instagram. I'm not in there.
I invited you. That's why.
I know, but
I can hear nothing. I'm like, I can't
but
hear
I
you.
stepped but I stepped out.
All
I
right, I'm
had
gonna get
stepped
on
out.
Instagram. I'm gonna invite you right now.
So so on my end, it doesn't show that you're live. It shows that the video has ended.
Well, now it ended. Yeah, I ended it because I couldn't hear you. And but
But
you
even
weren't there.
before,
Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me take this off my head. Okay. Um, Live. Let's do the invitation. I'm inviting
you invited me.
here.
Oh, it's dark.
Let's do the invitation here. All right, I invited you, but I invited myself.
Okay.
I don't know if it works. If it more than one person can be on, right?
What do you mean? Like going live at the same time, like as a guest?
Are
More
you
than one
on?
person? I was waiting till it showed that you were live.
I
I
invited
don't
you.
see it. Okay, I see it now.
Let me invite you
Yeah,
again.
no.
I
So it
see
doesn't.
you. Now I'm gonna invite you.
Okay. I don't know if it's because this restream is up on my
Today is one
computer.
of them days.
Did you hear me?
I invited you. It says you're invited. So
No, I know what you're
I
saying. I'm
just
saying I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm on restream on my computer too, but it's not letting me join the Instagram live on my computer too. So give me a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I have it on my phone. I got two phones over here. Wild. So hold
Okay.
on. No, take your time. Um,
I,
I'm trying to figure out why I can't go live. I think I invited my other page to see if it works. I'm probably gonna hear my. There's two people here. It's me twice. I need to delete this.
okay, so I'm going off here.
I wonder if I can just put a photo. Hmm. It's gonna be me twice. I hate this. Shalom, long life, prosperity. I see you there. We're still trying to figure out some technical issues here. Hey, Zaya just joined. Bearing Heritage, where you at? All right, let me invite her again, my sis. All right. I'm just waiting for my sister to get in the room. I invited her again, see if she comes in the room. The oil of joy, music, shalom. We're waiting for Miss Bearing Heritage to come into the room. Is
This
it
is
working?
this undo close tab.
Now I can hear you over here.
I don't know what my computer is doing. It's not allowing me to see your request on
I don't think you can
Instagram.
go on the computer. I think you can only go
Okay, so
on your
I'm gonna
phone.
change platforms.
All right, that's fine.
Page and the other one. Yeah, okay, cool. So now I'm just gonna go on Instagram on my phone. This
Oh no, don't worry about it. It
this
happens.
extra.
Like,
Okay, all praises. All right.
we live here, Hebrew home birth.
Okay.
All right, I requested to join, view the request, Except go live with Bearing Heritage. This is working.
Okay, now it is. All
Oh,
praises.
Shalom. Okay, hear you.
Let me. Okay, I'm trying to see. So you can hear me on both, right?
I muted you, so I
On
can't.
which one?
I don't know what's going on here, though. All right. I think it's going to work now. I'm just posting on my page that we're live so that if people know, they know.
All praises.
And I'm going to put you. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
It's like really, I don't know, like water's running.
Interesting. Ain't nothing in my background. It's pretty quiet in this room.
All right. You got to mute your computer, I think. I don't know. Is it?
Oh, you must be able to hear me. You must be able
I
to hear yourself 2 times.
I don't hear myself twice. I muted myself.
So is there an echo? Because I got my headphones in for one, and then for the
Well,
other, I'm like,
maybe we'll just ask if anybody else. Can you hear me, ShamarZera, and Mahalia? Can you hear us both? Um, put a thumbs up. I have headphones, but I hear it cancels out everything when I'm talking, but when I stop talking and then you talk, I hear like it sounds like water's running. Is water? Do you hear water running? The oil of joy music. Do you hear water running, or is it just me? I must have to change my headphones. Yeah, I hear water running now. But
is it
now when I
loud?
talk, I don't. But when I stop talking, all right. Well, maybe let me try my headphones. I'll unplug my headphones and see how that goes. I'll yeah, I don't hear it. I mean, I hear it. I hear the you talk. Yeah, I hear it on your side. It has to be your end because I took my headphones out. I hear nothing. I hear headphones. You gotta try to mute your computer, maybe.
Oh, I got. No, that's what I'm saying. I got my headphones in my computer.
Put them into your phone. If you did you try putting your take it for me, I have to mute my computer and then I put the headphones on the phone. Now I hear you. I hear you good. Now I hear you perfectly. No waterfall. Oh yeah, all phrases. Most High is working it out for us. So it happens. I hear it now. I think it's where your phone is placed, maybe. I think it's maybe it's here in the computers, the computer on mute. Now I hear you. Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah, now I hear you perfectly. Yeah, maybe. I'm over here biting my nails. All right. All right. Well, shalom, everybody. We are back with another live. I am just posting. Let me put here, follow. All right, sis. So we are back with another live, and we are gonna. Last week, let's just go overview of last week. Last week we were talking about how to hold that space. Am I right? Yes. We're, that was good, and now I feel like it's kind of leading us into okay, how we hold that space spiritually, but now it's like in a way, how do we hold that space mentally? And what came across my mind this week was we need to learn okay, we got all the tools, I guess, and kind of the scriptures that kind of reminded us on how we hold that space spiritually, with scripture, with the word, with the most high, allowing him, trusting and believing in him, and allowing him to lead and guide us, and not our own like fears and doubts, our emotions. And so now it's like we I was thinking of, okay, we need to hold that space with knowledge now, right? We need to, with all you're getting, get understanding, and get the knowledge. One second, my daughter is asking me questions.
Sorry, can you use it?
Yeah.
I gotta make
We need to hold that space with knowledge. We need to get that knowledge. Right? We need to. Where is my sister at? Understanding. Okay, here we go. The knowledge. One second. So yeah, we need to get that knowledge, and me thinking about getting that knowledge. We need to get that knowledge and birth knowledge in particular. We were talking about, and I heard this in my midwifery class, is just like the fact that doulas are such a great support, and as Hebrews say, midwives or aspiring midwives, it's not separate from a doula. It's like a doula. A midwife is all of that. We as at least as our mindset when we think of being a midwife. And I think a lot of midwives are like that, not just in and out, but just like we are doulas too. We want to support you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. We want to give that comfort, all of that information, all of that information, all that birth knowledge, all that support as Hebrew midwives, aspiring Hebrew midwives, so we're still students. That's what sets us apart in holding that space, is because we are gonna support you as well. And we know, and we see from our history that doulas, we were doulas. That was just us as a people. We were. That's what we were. It wasn't a name. It wasn't a name for it. We were our sister's keeper. We were bearing our sister's burden. We were there to comfort her, support her, and so it kind of led me to thinking of like it's a controversial title, but that's not what I'm saying. If you kind of get the gist of it, is that we don't need doulas, we need birth sisters and midwives, right? So we see that these doulas, everybody who's actually are doulas, like my sister here, she's a doula. I consider myself a doula, and there's a lot of practicing doulas. They are basically they are midwives without the credentials, without the so-called credentials and requirements and all that stuff. They are midwives. They're able to be able to support a woman and help her birth, catch that baby. And we see them actually making that transition to go to school to become midwives. So like that's all I mean by it. Not that we don't need doulas. It's just that we need midwives. We need these women with these credentials so we can we understand there is like this underground like midwifery thing that goes to support these women, but we're saying like if you can get those credentials, that's amazing. That's what me and my sister are doing. We're trying to get those credentials so that we can like legally support our sisters. But yeah, that's all we want to talk about today, is kind of like we don't need doulas, we need birth sisters, we need midwives. And so we want to talk about how we can that we want to kind of create this thing, or like create a
create
just a
just a
space
space
that we can
that
give
we
that
can
birth
give that birth
knowledge to our
knowledge to
sisters
our
who are
sisters who
women,
are
right?
women, right?
Um,
Um,
and so that they
and
can have
so
the
that they
birth
can have the birth
knowledge, so that they
knowledge,
can
so
come
that they
like
can come
have that
have
knowledge,
that
so
knowledge,
they can hold that
so they can
space
hold that
now
space
mentally
now mentally
when they support
when they
their
support
sisters.
their sisters.
So I was telling my
I was
sister
telling
how,
my
like,
sister how, like,
being like
being like
me becoming
me becoming
well, let's start with
well,
me
let's start with
having
me having
choosing to have a
choosing to have a
home birth,
home
and
birth,
then
and then
becoming a well, coming
coming
aspiring midwife,
aspiring
going to
midwife
midwifery
going to
school.
midwifery school.
um
Um,
I was just saying
I was
how,
just
like,
saying
I
how,
couldn't
like, I couldn't
find that
find
support,
that support,
and being
and
also
being
coming into the
also
knowledge
coming
of
into
the
the knowledge
truth.
of the truth.
I definitely didn't
I
have any
definitely didn't
support.
have any
Like, my
support. Like, my
family was like, it's like
family was
distant.
like,
So
it's like
like I
distant.
said,
So
and that
like I
it's like
said,
been
and that
broken
it's
from
like
our
been broken
family, is
from our
that
family, is that
support period, just
support
support
period, just
periods,
support
but just
periods, but just
even that
even
support where you
that
need
support
as
where
a
you need
mother
as a
when you're
mother
going
when
through
you're
all these
going through all these
changes, for
changes,
someone to
for
be
someone to
there to
be
support you
there to
mentally,
support you
emotionally. That
mentally,
was your
emotionally.
mother,
That
that
was
was
your
your
mother,
sister,
that
that
was your
was your
sister,
aunt,
that was
that was
your
your
aunt, that was
grandmother.
your
And then
grandmother.
it's like,
And
now
then
you're
it's
in the
like,
truth,
now
it's
you're
like
in the truth. It's
not
like
even
not even
before the truth, just
before the truth, just
from the
from
curses,
the
from slavery,
curses, from
all that
slavery,
stuff, all
all
these
that
things
stuff, all
happening
these
to our
things happening to
families
our
and being
families and
divided.
being
We don't
divided.
have that.
We
So
don't
now
have
we
that. So
are
now we are
looking for support
looking for
everywhere. And
support
me, when I was
everywhere. And
pregnant with
me,
my
when
fifth
I was
child,
pregnant
I
with my
was
fifth
like,
child, I was
I
like,
need support.
I
I
need
know that I don't want
support.
to go
I
to that
know that I don't want to go to
hospital.
that hospital.
So I
So
went
I
searching
went
for a
searching
midwife,
for
and
a
I did
midwife,
go
and
in
I
a
did
meeting
go
with a
in a
group of
meeting with a group of
midwives, and
midwives, and
they weren't Hebrews
they
or
weren't
anything.
Hebrews or anything.
But I went to a
But
group,
I went
and I
to the
went to
group,
the
and I went to the
consultation. I met with the
consultation. I met
midwives. I was
with the
asking them
midwives. I was
questions. They
asking
were
them
telling me
questions. They're
about how
telling
it's
me
your
about how
body,
it's
you're
your
birthing that
body, you're
baby. I'm
birthing
not
that
birthing
baby.
that
I'm
baby.
not
Just give
birthing
me
that
so
baby.
much.
Just give me
They
so
had the
much.
knowledge,
They
the
had the
birth knowledge.
knowledge,
So
the
I was
birth knowledge.
feeling
So I was
confident
feeling
because I had that
confident because I had
spiritual
that spiritual
like knowledge from the Most High,
knowledge from
where
the Most
he was
High,
like,
where
"Don't
he
go to
was
the
like,
hospital, don't
"Don't go to the
worry." But
hospital,
then I
don't
went
worry."
to
But
the
then I went
speak
to
to the
the
midwives. They
speak to
give
the
me all
midwives.
this
They give me all this
information. I was asking questions
information. I
about
was
my
asking questions
previous
about my
births. I was
previous
asking questions
births.
about
I was
all
asking
my
questions about all
fears
my
that came out of
fears that
nowhere,
came out of
just from
nowhere,
not
just
knowing,
from not
like
knowing,
all the ignorant
like
things I
all the
didn't
ignorant
know.
things I
And
didn't
they were
know.
like,
And they
"Oh,
were
that's
like,
nothing.
"Oh,
Oh,
that's
don't
nothing.
worry.
Oh,
Oh,
don't worry. Oh,
but they had things to
but
back
they
it
had
up.
things to
So
back it
it
up.
wasn't just like,
So it
don't
wasn't
worry. It
just
was
like,
like,
don't worry. It was like,
had the
had the
they were telling me,
they were telling
this
me,
is what the
this is
Pitocin
what the
does, this is
Pitocin
what the
does, this is
epidural
what the
does, this
epidural
is
does,
the
this is
risks,
the
these are
risks,
the
these are the
benefits, this is the
benefits, this is
just
the
telling me
just
everything.
telling
So I
me
was like
everything. So
feeling
I
great. I
was
was like,
like
so what
feeling
if
great. I was
I
like, so
have a
what if I
baby
have
and
a
there's
baby and
extra
there's
bleeding? What did
extra
this
bleeding?
mean
What
when
does
there
this
was
mean
bleeding? What
when
does
there was
this mean
bleeding? What
with
does
the
this
umbilical
mean
cord?
with the umbilical cord?
And they were like
And
telling
they
me,
were
so I
like
had the
telling me, so I had
confidence
the
to be
confidence
like,
to
okay,
be
I
like,
got
okay, I
this.
got
Like,
this.
I can
Like,
have,
I
I don't
can
need a,
have, I
well,
don't need a, well,
I want a
I
midwife,
want a
but I couldn't
midwife,
really
but I couldn't
afford
really
that. So I
afford
was like,
that. So I was
well,
like,
since I
well,
am
since
trying to
I
save up the
am trying
money, and
to
I don't
save up
know if
the
I can make
money,
the
and I don't know if I can
deposit.
make the deposit.
When it came to the point where
When
it's
it
like, no,
came to
I
the
can't
point
make
where
the
it's like, no, I
deposit,
can't
it
make the
was like, I
deposit,
was
it was
comfortable
like,
enough
I
to
was
be like, well,
comfortable
I can
enough to
have
be
an
like, well, I can have
unassisted
an
birth. That
unassisted
wasn't
birth.
my
That wasn't my
desire. My
desire.
desire to be
My
supported.
desire to be
I
supported.
just
I just
felt, okay,
felt,
I can't
okay, I
pay
can't
her. I mean, I didn't
pay
really
her. I
care
mean, I
for
didn't
those
really care
midwives,
for those
I'll be
midwives.
honest.
I'll be honest. But
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 they were giving me all
they
the
were
knowledge I
giving me all the
needed, that I
knowledge
was
I
like,
needed, that I was like,
I felt more comfortable
I
being
felt more
like, well, I don't
comfortable
really
being
need to
like, well, I don't
hire
really need to
you. You
hire
know what I
you.
mean? And I
You know
feel
what I
like the
mean?
Most
And
High
I feel like
saying,
the Most
okay.
High saying,
So
okay.
I
So I
planned
had
an
I
unassisted birth,
planned an
but
unassisted birth,
I
but
was
I
still
was
searching for
still
support. So
searching for
once I
support.
knew I
So
wasn't
once
going to
I
be
knew I
hiring a
wasn't gonna
midwife
be
because
hiring a midwife
I
because
couldn't
I
afford it,
couldn't afford
and
it, and
I didn't, I wouldn't even
I
have,
wouldn't even have
like if it was a Hebrew
like if it
system,
was a
maybe
Hebrew
I would have
system,
like,
maybe I would have
I'm thinking Most High
I've
maybe
been
would
thinking
have
most
made
time maybe
that
would have
money
made that
appear so I
money
can
appear
support
so I
my
can
sister,
support my
but
sister.
I
But
could not
I could
afford it, and
not
then I didn't
afford it,
care
and I
to
didn't
like
care to
try and
like
go
try and
do the
go
extra mile,
do
maybe
the
by
extra mile, maybe
asking
by
relatives or
asking
anybody
relatives
to
or
kind of help
anybody
me
to
account to pay these people. I was like, you know what, I'm having this baby at home, but I can afford a doula, right? Because I don't have no support. I couldn't even tell my family. I couldn't tell my friends, like the people, one people, like I told a friend and I told a family member, and it was so negative. Like, it was so negative, like, about having an unassisted birth. So it was like I knew I didn't have no support. I didn't want, and it got me thinking a lot. So it kind of brought in that fear and doubt. So I stopped talking about it. I didn't tell nobody. I was like, yeah, I'm going to the hospital probably. Yeah, I don't know which one yet. Like I just, you know, because I didn't want them projecting their fear on me. So to protect myself, you know, protect my space, I had to do that. But then I was researching online, looking for doulas, and I was calling them, contacting them, and they were like, no, we can't support support you because I wasn't having a midwife at home. So yeah, so then what do you do? Now it's like, okay, well now I gotta tell my, well, of course, now it's like what you should be doing to begin with is speaking to our husbands and making sure and what they're comfortable with, and also he was comfortable with me having the baby at home, but he had all those questions I had because he didn't have the birth knowledge, and he of everything he knew, and what I knew too is we had all the other four at the hospital. So for me to be able to have to now send him videos, all this information the midwives was telling me, or the things I had to learn on my research, I'm now sending that information to him, and he is, feeling more confident. So I'm just saying, like, we need to create a space where we can give that confidence to more of our sisters, so they can just support their sister. And they don't need a credential that says they are a doula, because that we're just getting back to our roots, back to our what we were already supposed to be doing. And so before, like, we move on to the next point, like, what are your thoughts, or do you have anything to add, Mahalia?
Basically, I agree. You laid it all out. I agree with everything you said. As far as having that knowledge, having that information, being confident and knowing that you're with the Most High's help. No matter the situation, no matter no matter the setting, and no matter like whatever doubts or whatever fears that do exist, like, as long as you are trusting in him, you're having your faith in him, you believe in him, you're doing what is required of you, because we can't separate keeping the Most High's commands and everything from this, and from him showing up and being there for you. So as long as we're on that right path, and we're doing what he requires of us and everything, we should most definitely feel confident in the fact that we're able to birth our babies. We're able to do this or to do that. And that kind of is leading us into like the next part, like being our sister's keeper. One thing I thought about when it came to being our sister's keeper was that there's a lack of trust, like when it comes to us, as women and other sisters, because of everything that has been going on since slavery, since we got over here, all of that stuff leading up to now, like, there's a lack of trust. And unfortunately, we believe, naively, especially if we're not in the truth, we believe that, going to these doctors, or if you just don't have the knowledge, going to these doctors, that's just the place that we're supposed to be. And a lot of people feel comfortable in that. And that's because the trust isn't there. But because we understand what a doula is, because we understand that a doula is that support, a doula is going to make sure that you are in a place where you can advocate for yourself, and make sure that you have the things that you need, in whatever setting that may be. Knowing, because we know what a doula is, and we understand that we need that part, especially when it comes to midwifery. Also, one thing that stood out to me, the scripture that I have is Proverbs 18:24. And it says, "A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. In order for that trust to be there, like, we have to show our sisters, like, hey, we're here for you. We're there for you, whatever you need. Kind of like you were saying before, like, whatever it is that you need, we're here for you. We want to make sure that everything is comfortable. And this is before, during, and after birth. Making sure that you have everything that you need, making sure that prayers in there are praying for you, and all of that. And then the next scripture that I had thought about was Sirach 6:14-17. Um, would you be able to read that for me, sis?
I need to grab my other Bible because I don't have Sirach. Well, actually, I can Google it. I know I can Google that Sirach. Hold up. 6:14-17, right?
Yes.
Sirach 16:14-17. 16, you said? Or 6?
Sirach 6:14-17.
Okay. So it says, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one hath found a treasure. Nothing. Stop right there. No.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, because I wanted to point that
Yeah,
out.
please.
Like a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that found such a one hath found a treasure. When I read that, the first thing that pops up into my mind is that sister that's looking for that support during her birth, during her birthing journey. Because I just brought up that the fact that trust is an issue, that's why the first scripture that I brought up is the fact that we have to show ourselves friendly. We have to show our sisters that they can trust us, that we are here for them. So having a faithful friend be a strong defense. When they call us, when they're contacting us, when they're reaching out, like, we've already built that trust with them. So they don't have a problem with reaching out to us, asking whatever it is that they require. And
Us, you mean doulas or midwives? Or sisters?
So I mean, just a birth worker, just in general, like,
Okay.
whether you are a doula, if you are a midwife, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Because you've been faithful in being such a person, a good friend that they can trust in, they can confide in. I like that word treasure. Like you're
Valuable.
you stand out. Yeah, you stand out from if they were to reach out to someone in the medical field, or not medical field, but like in the hospital or something. Like, you stand out from that. You're a treasure. And then 15 says, nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Most High shall find him. Whoso feareth the Most High shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Hallelujah.
I just feel like this is like so strong right here. Like,
Yeah. This is what I
I
need.
feel like
That's good.
this is like how we should be as birth workers towards other sisters.
Exactly.
holding that friendship and that connection, like treasure it, like holding it of oh goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? It's important. Holding it to a higher standard, like making sure that we're not just, and this brings me back to, I think this was the first or maybe the last episode, um like how serious are we in this? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
are we playing games? Are we making sure that we are doing this properly according to the Most High? Like, how are we going about this? Because this is how I view myself, and what I want to hold myself to more and more when it comes to doing this work. And that was Sirach 6:14 through 17. All praises.
No, that's so
No,
good
that's
because
so
that's what
good
I'm trying
because
to
that's
say
what
is
I'm trying
like
to say is like
that's exactly what I'm trying
that's
to say
exactly
is
what I'm
that
trying to
like
say is that
that's
like
if it's
that's
that type of
if it's that type
friendship,
of
we
friendship,
should
we
be
should be
this is the
this
this
is the
time
this
is
this
now. We're
time
like
is
I just
now.
said,
Like I just
we're
said, we're
scattered, but we're
scattered, but we're
gathering and
gathering and
assembling
assembling
together. We're
together.
fellowshipping
We're
together.
fellowshipping
We
together.
are
We
gaining
are
that
gaining that
trust. Are we taking it
trust. Are we
lightly
taking
to
it
be like,
lightly to be like,
well, I don't know
well,
no
I don't
birth
know no
nothing. I
birth
guess you're
nothing. I
gonna
guess
have to
you're
like
gonna have to
the
like
sis
the
is
sis
like
is like
oh, I see right
I
now. I
see
don't see
right now.
nothing
I don't
else
see
but
nothing else
people
but
running
people
from
running
like our
from
sisters
like our
running
sisters
from
running from
like
like
what has been
what
going
has been going
on when it comes to
on when it comes
birth
to birth
in say
in
hospital
say hospital
settings.
settings.
I have not
I
seen
have
nothing
not
but
seen
a
nothing
lot of
but a
sisters
lot of
running
sisters
out looking
running
for
out
doulas
looking
and
for doulas
midwives
and midwives
and
and
that's
that's
all
all
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
is
is
that
that we need to
we need to
become
be
we
that
need to
friend
be that friend
who is
who is
because we see these
because we see
doulas.
these
I see that
doulas. I
because of
see
the
that
whole
because of the whole
midwifery and how
midwifery
they do with the
and how they do with
education,
the
they make it hard for
education, they
people to
make it
become
hard for people to
midwives on
become midwives
purpose.
on purpose.
Doulas are
Doulas are
midwives, like they
midwives, like
are.
they
They
are.
know the
They know
information.
the
They know
information.
that
They
they have the birth
know that they have the
knowledge to
birth
be able to
knowledge
support
to
a
be able to
woman
support a
and be
woman
able to
and
help
be
her
able
birth
to
her
help her
baby.
birth her
Not
baby.
midwives in the
Not
sense
midwives in
of
the sense of
the credentials,
the
but they're
credentials,
midwives in
but
the
they're
sense
midwives
of
in the sense of
they they are
they
co-
they
they
are
they have the
they
knowledge,
have
and
the
if the
knowledge,
midwife
and
wasn't
if the
there in
midwife
time,
wasn't
they
there
would
in time,
be
they
able
would be able
successfully
to
and safely
successfully and
help that
safely
mother and
help
support
that
that
mother and
mother
support that mother
so-called,
so-called,
like I
like
can't say
I
medically because
can't
it's
say medically
is
because
is what they
is
say is
what they
medical,
say is
but
medical.
this
But
natural
this
process of
natural
birth they're
process
able
of
to
birth,
do
they're
those
able
things,
to
but
do
there are
those
some
things.
things
But
they
there are
cannot
some
do.
things they cannot
We
do.
know that, and things
We
they
know
don't
that,
have
and
a
things they
knowledge
don't
of, and
have a
that's why
knowledge
it's
of, and
like
that's
a
why
push to
it's like
say
a push to
and we
say,
see a lot of
and we see a lot
doulas
of
who are
doulas
doulas, they're saying I
doulas,
want to
they're
become a
saying, I
midwife
want to
so they
become a
can learn
midwife so
more
they
like
can learn
me.
more like me.
Like there's so much
Like there's
more
so much
to
more
to
the
midwifery
to
that it's like I
midwifery
want to
that's like
become a
I want to
midwife,
become a
but I'm
midwife.
saying
But
the
I'm
whole part
saying
of
the
the
whole part
things
of
that the
the
credentials and
the
the powers that
credentials
be
and the
say
powers
the
that be say
doulas
the doulas
cannot do
cannot
and
do
cannot
and
learn
cannot
unless
learn
they have
unless they have
certain
certain
prerequisites to be go
prerequisites
into
to be
midwifery
go into
school.
midwifery school.
Um,
Um,
I'm saying those
I'm
things,
saying those
those are the
things,
things
those
that
are the
we as a
things that
people
we as a
already
people
need and we're
already need
comfortable
and
with.
we're comfortable with.
During, let's just
During,
start from
let's
now.
just start from now.
So during
So
now we're
now
separated,
we're
like you said,
separated,
and there's
like you said,
distrust
and there's
there.
distrust
But
there. But
before that, when we were
before that, when
in
we were in
segregation,
segregation,
we didn't have nobody
we
who
didn't
wanted to
have
touch
nobody who
black
wanted to touch
bodies.
black
They were like,
bodies.
nah.
They were like,
So
nah.
and nobody
So
they didn't
and
care
nobody
anyways
they didn't
because
care anyways because we were delivering
we were delivering the black
the
babies,
black
our people
babies,
were,
our people
our
were,
ancestors were,
our
and we were
ancestors were,
delivering white
and we were delivering
babies.
white babies.
We were not
We
delivering,
were
the
not
mother was,
delivering,
but I'm
the mother
saying
was, but
they
I'm
were
saying they were
midwives, so-called midwives,
so-called
without the name
midwives, without the
midwives, to
name
the white
midwives, to the white
um
um
people and the
people
black
and
people
the
and the
black
black
people and
communities.
the black
And
communities.
the black communities
The
didn't
black
have access
communities
to
didn't
go to
have access
hospitals.
to
They
go to
weren't allowed
hospitals. They
to.
weren't
And
allowed
so these
to.
women
And
were
so these
doing
women
that.
were
They were
doing that.
midwives.
They were
They were
midwives.
doing that. And then
They were
before
doing that. And
that,
then
we
before
see,
that,
we look at,
we look at
during slavery, the
during
same thing
slavery, the
goes, the
same
same thing
thing goes.
applied.
Same thing applied.
They had the support
They
they
had the
needed
support they
from their
needed from
sisters,
their
and they were
sisters, and
together,
they
and
were
that's
together.
all they
That's
had was
all they
each
had was
other,
each
and they had
other,
the support
and
they
they had the
needed.
support they needed.
They had the
They had
knowledge.
the
They did not have
knowledge. They did not
fear.
have fear.
And then there
And
was a
then there
midwife
was
they
a
would
midwife they
contact
would
and get
contact
who
and
knew
get
more
who knew more
information. So the
information.
sister that they
So the
had
sister that they
trusted,
had
the mother they
trusted, the
trusted,
mother
the
they
auntie they
trusted, the auntie
trusted,
they trusted,
and they weren't
and
taken
they
lightly.
weren't
They
taken lightly. They
supported. They seen she
supported. They
needed
seen
help. They
she
was
needed
rubbing her
help. They
back.
was
They were
rubbing her
giving
back.
her
They were giving her
um what is it called? Like home remedies, doing home remedies. They were feeding her, they were taking care of the babies, they were helping, they were supporting their mother, making sure she had everything she needed, like you said, before, during, and after birth. They were doing all that. And then during birth, somebody who had more knowledge and information, that was the actual midwife, right? And she was black too, though. She got some education from somebody, whether that be, which the books I've been reading, they show that they were kind of apprenticing with their grandma. So it was like a that's what they're trying to bring back, the granny midwife. So they had apprentices under her. They knew things, they see things, they were that births. And so that's the woman they were called to come and help that mother deliver that baby at the time. But they were supported the whole time by family and friends and sisters that stick closer than a brother, right? A friend that sticks closer than a brother, like we see in those scriptures that you were reading, and that were that were able to support them and loved to and wanted to and didn't take it lightly. And so, yeah, I say all that to also say that that is we to become like a birth sister, like to support our sister. Like I look forward to learning more topics and information from you, and that we can come on this platform and share and have a conversation with more sisters about birth and the process of birth, the actual I mean, I love the spiritual side. We know the spirituals in all of it, but just like that, all that other extra information that like I was learning as when I was planning my free birth, I was learning a lot of information that I had no idea about. And now as a midwife student, I'm learning medical terms and all types of things about the color of the baby when they're born, and about what the baby needs, and about what the mother needs, and a lot of different home remedies and things like that that just help as a midwife how to support that mother. So to have that information for our sisters, I feel like in this time especially, where we see there's a demand for birth workers to support us. We just hope that this can encourage more doulas just to become midwives, and for more sisters to just continue to build up their minds with their knowledge so they can support their sister, because it just doesn't look like we're going in a direction where any of our sisters should be in a hospital or want to be. So yeah, right now it seems like right now in different states it's very safe, but there's a lot of states that it seems that it's very unsafe, and there's things that our sister not I'm saying unsafe to that type of person with that mindset. It depends on the mindset, right? But there's a majority of sisters who really want their rights protected, and they are being asked to sign information and things that they don't want to sign, or they don't want to permit the hospital to do to them or to their child while they're in birth. So then there's like a panic to be like, oh, I'm gonna have a baby in a few months. Who can I find to support me? And so it'd be nice if there was just a lot more mothers, a lot more women, just women who understand women's health, the process of birth, and just being comfortable to say, you know what, I can just support. I don't have to have that. There's no reason for me to have any fear, because I have understanding about this, and I know who I can call for information. I know what midwife I can direct her to, or I am a midwife myself, but just to have that space to continue to network and gather, not just gather to build that trust, but to gather information and resources from one another. But I'm looking over here. Do you have anything to add?
Another thing that came up in my mind, well, we could just say that for a day. that could be for a different topic.
It's awesome.
Well, I was gonna go on the side of like what we're consuming is important, and my main focus, one of my main focuses is the fact that not, although that should be the goal, like having a home birth should most definitely be the goal.
Or a birth
But
center or a hospital where there's loving people who care about the child, care about the mother's well-being and the child's life and the mother's life more than money. But we see there's a huge percentage of hospitals that don't do that, especially in our communities, that it's about money and not and money and the love of money is the root to all evil. And then we see there's a lot of evil in our in the Hebrew understanding means dysfunction. So there's a lot of dysfunction that comes with that. But go on.
Oh, praises. What I was gonna say was that, of course, having a home birth, having your baby in a more sacred space is definitely more desirable. But there is the other side of, of something that I feel like we're not too comfortable to talk about, or at least I wasn't really comfortable to talk about. But the fact that, there are mothers that have health issues, you know what I mean? Like they have pre-existing health issues. And that is definitely, one thing that can make them fearful of wanting to have a home birth. So for instance, in my situation, like I had a preterm birth this past, what was that, April 2021? Yes, April 2021. I had a preterm birth, but I wanted a home birth. But the complications that I was having health wise prevented me from going in that direction. So then, a lot of that has to do also the midwife build. Oh, is that build on us at the last minute? Yeah. So having a yeah, that's crazy. Having a having to go into the hospital setting, um I had to quickly shift my mind. But that's not what I wanted to go into. What
No,
I
but
wanted to
it's
focus on.
relevant. That's relevant because that is those are concerns and things that mothers are gonna have about what if, like those are things I haven't had that. So when I was talking to midwives, I hadn't even asked those questions. I asked questions because they were telling me I was hemorrhaging and I was bleeding, and it was a horror scene after I delivered my fourth child. And so those are things that I think that we need to be talked about so that we can understand what we need to build for our people, what we need to do for our people, and how we need to prepare them for, I don't know, like that's what I'm saying. So it depends on every circumstance. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I couldn't even talk to that situation because I have no idea. But that's why it's important that you do bring that up, because those are questions that women have and could cause fear and doubt to think I shouldn't even go forward, even getting information from a midwife. Did your midwife refer you to go to the hospital?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I do believe that's important, and that is kind of not saying that I don't believe other topics is important too. Of course, I most definitely do. But I also want to shed like a huge light on that fact. And then bringing in, the health part of it. Like, what are we consuming? This is something I was thinking about for a minute, because it's like, yeah, we want okay, I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna just say it like from my perspective. Say I was pregnant again, but I'm having like health issues. I'm not eating properly. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting my body in the best position that it can be in order to have what I desire, which is that home birth. So if I have all these complications, it's like, you know, it's going to lead me in the direction of having to go to the
Well,
hospital.
that's what I think.
So
That's what it like. That's why it's like a specific. Like I think that's why it's so important that we learn like specific. I don't even know how to say words right now. Specific, like what are these health issues? What would we need as a people to be able to, or where do we need to go? If it's a hospital, then what hospital do we need to go that has these equipment to be able to help me or help my child? But like when you bring up us like say like that example, like that's why I want to know more about your story, because like I wonder, you know, I hear things about twins and how you need to have a C-section, all these different things, but then I hear people saying no, you don't. I hear things about breech babies, and then we're learning that you don't need to have a C-section for a breech baby. You can deliver a breech baby, like all these different things. So that's the thing. So when you say, okay, someone's not eating properly, well then are they gluttonous and are they enslaving in sin? And so yeah, that's the consequence. You know what I mean? But what is like, you know, what specific, that's the things that I feel like we all need to learn so we can be speaking in the right direction, leading our sisters in the right direction, you know. And coming from the root of it. So like I doubt that that was your issue, that say you weren't eating properly, and so that's what led. It was something else, another health complication that you're not you know, you don't have to share right now, but like another health issue, right? It wasn't because of the food, right?
So my main focus was to shed light on the fact that when it comes to what we're consuming, um, it puts our body, if it's not food to fuel our body, it's putting our body at risk when we do get pregnant. So making sure that we have a rounded diet, you know what I mean, before not how do I want to put this? Because I don't want to be saying, oh, don't be trying to have babies, but but keep in mind that your health is important.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, as as being in the truth, you know, we're not eating, you know, unlawful foods. However, some foods are better than others. Some things are just a lot better for the body, especially if you're dealing with any health issues or concerns. So, say for instance, like you're a mother that has had children before, but maybe, you know, we know that each pregnancy is different. So maybe this pregnancy, oh, you're dealing with, you know, XYZ, blah blah blah, but you don't know how to, you know, combat that. And like you, I think you brought up earlier about, you know, knowing, you know, different home remedies and stuff like that. um and that's why it's important to have that connection with that sister, that other individual that could shed light on that and help to give you that information. But that was just something that popped up into my mind as we were talking now, and something that I've been thinking about for a minute. So all
Yeah.
praises.
No, yeah, I'll
I
praise
don't
it. I do. I understand. I literally like, and that's why I'm like, I have to be honest. Like, I really truly believe like we gotta take care of our people in this time. You know, the Most High will take care of you, right? Most High take care of you no matter where you are. Because I'm in the middle of nowhere in Rhode Island, and like there ain't nobody, like no support system for me. But the Most High told me like you're having a natural birth, and I didn't want to be obedient to that. And he showed, like, if you're walking with him, so I feel like we're talking to those people who are walking with him, if we're walking with him, it's like, I was like, nah, I'm not hearing that. Like, like, I'm afraid, and I want epidural. I'm afraid of pain. So for my fourth child, I was obedient. He gave me a dream. Like, it was crazy. Like, and I had no fear in my dream. Like, but I was like, I woke up and I was like, we going spiritual. I'm going, emotional right now, and I am preparing for an epidural. And when I went to that hospital, when it was time, they sent me home. It was like, you're 2 centimeters I think 4, I don't remember, posterior, like, go home. And I was like, I knew my body. I knew he was coming. And I was going, and I was on my way home, and I took a bath. It was only 1 hour happening. I ate some teff porridge with some dates in it, went to the bathroom, and I was like, I need a shower. And I took a bath. I put lavender oil in there. I'm laying in the bath, and I'm like, like, it was 1 hour because the hospital across the street. It was only 1 hour. I got back to the hospital. They were like, she back again. Then they checked me. They were like, 8 centimeters, bulging back. Yo, they were asking me, and I'm like, they were like, and I was like, okay, where's the girl? They're like, we gotta wait for your doctor. Oh, where's I'm like, okay, like for what? Like, just get the anesthesiologist, like, And she was like, they like wouldn't tell me. I could feel it inside of me. Like, they're not gonna tell you because they don't that you're having this baby natural. They're not gonna tell you. Because they were like, just tell me if you need to push. But they wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't answer my question about the epidural or the anesthesiologist. And so I feel like it was like a consequence of my disobedience, because I was like sitting there on the bed. I'm like backwards on the bed, like not like with your back on it. I was like this way, holding on to the back, and I'm holding on to the back, and I'm just like, and she was like, tell me you need to push. I'm like, I ain't telling you nothing. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I ain't telling her nothing. Like, and I was laying there, breathing, just trying to keep my peace, And I'll be honest too, I was like ashamed too, because like most when I talk, when I'm trying to keep my peace, I'll be like praising the Most High. So I'm like, and that's at the time I knew his name was like not, JC and all that. So I'm over here like a shit, like it's so like crazy, but I feel like it all had a part of it. First you're disobedient, then you're ashamed of me, so you don't want to say my name. You don't want to, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, and I'm saying, I don't know, I felt some type of whatever. The point is that when I felt like he was coming, I didn't do nothing, but they knew. They put a mirror under me. They knew I wasn't trying to have it. I wasn't talking to them because I was like, I was just mad because I wanted that epidural. So I put they put a mirror under me, and then I'm just like laying, I'm just sitting there breathing, and I just turned around. They're like, do you want me to put a pole over the bed? And I just I put the pole on, and I was like, I screamed as loud as I could, and the baby came out, right? And then they're looking at me like I'm kind of scared, and then I laid down. But before all of that, though, they're giving me Pitocin. They're giving me all these things that I didn't need, because she said I was 8 centimeters bulging back. I didn't have support. I didn't have nobody there with knowledge, so I was just doing whatever they said. I did whatever they said. And so when I laid down, after I pushed, they were like, do you want what they say? They asked me if I wanted to hold the baby. I was like, no. Like, all in my mind, I'm thinking I want to be. I just told you I had teff porridge and dates, so your girl was going back. So I'm like, no. What I want y'all to do is hose me down, but nah, I laid down. I was sitting there so I was just standing. I pushed him out, but it was like 1 second. I laid down. Once I laid down, the doctor just put her hand on my stomach so hard, and then put her other hand in me, and was pulling, pushing and pulling, and I'm screaming, bloody murder. Yo, I thought they were trying to kill me. And then they put something in my IV, and then I just passed out. And then I woke up later. And long story short, when I went to talk to those, because I was like, I'm not going back to that hospital. I mean, I would if I had to, but I was like, I want to have a home birth. I want to plan a home birth, because how they gonna do that to me? They didn't even warn me. I just didn't want that experience again, and I felt like I was disobedient, because I knew the Most High was saying have a natural birth. plan for a natural birth, like at least plan. But I didn't even want to plan it. I didn't care. I was like, I'm doing what I've been doing, going to the hospital, getting an epidural, and having these babies like I always do with no pain. And so even if that was for him to lead me to just get knowledge about birth and go to a hospital, but at least I would have knowledge to say, hey, you said I was 8 centimeters bulging bag. Okay. Why do I don't want Pitocin? You know, like if you don't have the knowledge and you're in these situations, you're not going to be prepared. So like I was just sitting there like hold on, let me fix something. So so I was like, so I would have known that at least if I got the birth knowledge, but I didn't know to not, because later on, like, so you'll see the point of me saying this. When I talked to those midwives and to plan for my 5th baby, they were telling me that I told them what happened, and then they were like, oh, let me go get I can go to the hospital and get those notes. So even that, knowing that you can go to the hospital and get those notes from your birth, they read the notes and they explained everything to me. They were like, basically, you know, so in layman terms, it was like a piece of the placenta was connected. No, a piece of the placenta was still connected to the uterus. So that little piece there, it sends us that from that being connected to the uterus will send a signal to my body to say, you know, the baby's still here, so we're gonna push some blood to the baby. So yeah, I had more blood, but she was like, but that would have just came out like a period. If I would have just went home, like it would come out like a period. But because that atmosphere, no one did, I wasn't able to hold that space. I don't think anybody else did to hold that space. It was like fear, more there's blood. We need to get that piece off of her uterus. So what she does without telling me is push her hand. I didn't even know she was doing that. It just came out of nowhere. Once I laid down, she pushes her whole hand on my stomach and puts her whole other hand inside of me like a damn turkey, and it's just pulling and pulling. Sorry, excuse my language, but just pulling. Like I was screaming and like I'm closing my legs and screaming. She's like, you have to open your legs. Like, are you crazy? Like, whatever. I'm just saying that's how traumatic it can be for a lot of women. And I've heard so many different stories of like people just going with the flow or just not being respected and treated well. But because they don't have the birth knowledge, you know, or understanding about the process of birth, they don't even have the thing to be able to just stand in authority. Like, this is my body. Excuse me, ma'am, can you explain that to me so I can make an informed decision of what I want you to do? Do I want you to stick your hand on my stomach and stuff me like a turkey? No, I don't. I want you to like back up. I just delivered my baby. Like, leave me alone. And explain to me what's going on. But no, it was like a panic. And then before that too, and I could say that if you were a midwife in a situation, a doctor, OBGYN in that situation, and you can see that woman, like, and love her and understand her and look at her as a person, not like I get it. You can be full of fear, but if you can have fear come on you, but then you can be in the spirit and be like, ma'am, you are having excess bleeding. This could be that there is, you know, you might want to think like we need to hurry up and do something about this. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to, you know, do this, you know, explain that procedure to me. And I could say, well, give me some, you know, morphine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that's what I should ask. I'm just saying that's what they did. They gave me morphine. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was none of that. It was just, my point is, I don't even know how I got to all that story, but I think it just brings me back at least to our goal and to like, okay, what happens if the baby's coming early? What could cause that? Or what should I do? Like, all these different things. Like, I think it's important that we talk about these things so people have this knowledge, because when that lady, that nurse told me, or the midwives and the nurse told me that was connected to the uterus and it would have just came out. Because I was thinking, imagine I had a home birth and that happened, unassisted, and I'm bleeding and I didn't know I was bleeding excessively. But I'm just saying, I'm thinking it's just regular. And then she told me those are kind of the risks. You can have, but also the risk is giving that mother Pitocin like that. That can risk her to, you know,
Why are you giving me fake oxytocin? Everything's working naturally, so you're causing me to have this risk. And the placenta came out very quick. Once I had the baby placenta, like it was like that. So of course it's gonna happen. If you're giving me, it was an hour since I was here last. It was 1 hour went by, and um and you're telling me the last time I was here, I was 4 centimeters and I was posterior. So you're telling me the baby dropped and now I'm 8 centimeters. There's a bulging bag. You know what I mean? So like everything looks like it's going like naturally how it's supposed to be. So why are you giving me now Pitocin? Why are you giving me now all this? That's my fault. That's my fault for not knowing that me saying I'm giving the IV, I'm giving them permission to give me whatever I want. Like this is the type of conversations we need to have with these to tell our sisters how these things are supposed to be going. And that sucks that's what I'm trying to say is that doulas do that for you. When you hire a doula, then the doula will give you all this information. But that's what I'm saying is like we as women need to have that information doulas have. We have to be that doula. We have to have that information. And I feel like this is a space where we can give these women that information so that they can know this information and support themselves as women, support their children and teach them health, and then teach them different things as they raise their children, and then also be able to be that sister, that friend that sticks closer than a brother and understands and don't take this lightly and gives their sister the information she needs, the information that the birth knowledge she needs, so she can have the encouragement she needs for her journey, and that she has the empowerment to be able to make wise decisions, know where she's gonna go, who's gonna help her and assist her to birth her baby, no matter what setting. Because I know a lot of people, they might have a setting at home, they might have a setting at a birth center, and a setting at a hospital, and then end up in the car having a baby. So no matter where you are, and where you plan to have a baby, it can happen spontaneously anywhere, and you should have that information and have that support. That information so you know and so that you can support. And I just feel like that is something that needs to change. Just like we change into knowing that, you know what, we don't stand here divided, gossiping about the next one. We work together, we unite. We are following the Most High. We are united. We love our neighbor as ourselves. We are there for her, for him, right? But I believe it should include having the knowledge and information about not just the curses and all that and what has gotten us to be divided, so that we don't make those mistakes again, but also all that now that we are here uniting, getting that birth knowledge in this space. At least there's so much other knowledge people are getting everywhere, knowledge about all types of stuff, but let's just say we're sticking the birth scene right here, birth knowledge, so that we can continue to support our family, because these are not just these are not just our sisters, this is our family now, right? And that baby is, you know what I mean, like our heritage. I love that word. So it's like, yeah, all praises. I'm just I mean, I could go, you can share whatever you need to share, but I do want to share what I had to the support group.
Okay. While you were talking, I do believe, like, especially, well, in any setting, I believe that support should be present. So when you were talking, I agree. We should all have that knowledge. Just as a mother, a pregnant person, like, we should have that knowledge. It'll be, it can be situations.
You stopped a little bit. You said when you were talking, and then it kind of stopped on my end. Can you start there again? Sorry.
Okay, no worries. No, I was saying when you were talking, I just thought about some things, and one of those things was that we should have that support. Whether it's one person, two people, whatever, have someone because of course we should have that knowledge in our heads already. Um, and then to add to that, it's like even in that moment, um, it's a lot going on,
Yeah.
with our bodies, and everything. And, you know, to prevent, oh, I'm live. Yes.
While you pause, I believe the same thing. We have to definitely,
What were you
if I
saying?
had a so-called hired a doula, or if I had
Okay.
had a mother and
Okay.
sister there
Okay.
to hold that space for me, like a doula, the
Okay.
same thing applies. That's why we need I was just saying while you were talking, so just to hold that space right there. But that's what my desire is, that that mother doesn't have to do anything but focus on birth. Just focus on birthing and breathing that baby. And your husband should hold that space as a so-called doula, or your mother, your sister, your friend. Shouldn't have that knowledge to know that I have to be advocate for her. But go on.
No, I was saying, it's a lot that goes on, with our bodies and everything. And to have that extra person present is important. Um, and not only just for our mental then, but like it can also help to prevent, like, that postpartum depression and stuff like that. Because
For
look,
sure.
even the small things, the little things can lead to that later on. um uh Let me see. Oh, and the herbs, that's why the herbs and the different remedies and stuff that we can take. Like, for instance, when I went to the hospital, since I had already planned for a home birth, I already researched, herbs and stuff that I could be taking for any situation that happened. If I hemorrhaged, I had that herb for that. um uh so after I delivered and the placenta did not come, or it wasn't ready to come yet, I'm like, oh, I got my herbs. Let me take my herbs. I know what these herbs are going to do. I know what these herbs are going to help. You know what I mean? So I'm taking these drops. I'm, doing my thing. Then the placenta came. Then I'm like, okay, I got another herb to kind of help calm the bleeding down, to get control of the cramping. So I got that herb I was taking, and everything went, smoothly. So having those herbs, having those different remedies. And I thought about that when you were sharing that bit of your birth story, um with the bleeding and everything too, because even if we're at home, um we want to make sure that we have those different herbs that we can take, to prevent something like that from happening. So in my mind, it's like all about prevention. You know what I mean? Like having things laid out in place, for the just in case. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to be, or it's not wise, at least in my opinion, to not put ourselves in situations where we'd have to go to, a setting that may be undesirable for us.
Yeah, that should always be, you always have a plan. And
Absolutely. And the last thing that I was thinking about, too, was like, we know our bodies, you know what I mean? We know when we're close to having a baby. And so, and this is just suggestion. This is something that I thought was wise. When we know that, we know where we're close to that point, let's not take trips alone. Let's not take trips to the store alone. Let's not, do things, and put ourselves in situations where we're alone. You know what I mean? If you got to go to the store, you know, can your husband or your spouse come along with you? Is there a sister that could
Well,
maybe
yeah.
pick something up for you or go with you? Can you go, they have apps now where you can order that stuff or whatever, or say you're in a situation where, you're out in the middle of nowhere, just having someone go with you during the times that you may be going far. So for instance, if you have the baby in the car, someone's with you, you know what I mean? You're not there alone.
And that's why
Having to drive yourself XYZ, in the middle of nowhere, wherever. And then also another thing that just came to mind too is like, having something, having a bag like in your car and then one at home too. So when you're out, you have those things at your fingertips. Should something arise.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying we got to get past that, how we are right now. That's the point, is that we need to be coming together. We need to be supporting each other, because we shouldn't be going anywhere, getting nothing alone. We shouldn't be anywhere alone. We should always have somebody with us when we're like always. But it just seems that a lot of us are in these places where we are alone, and things. Yeah, I think that's just the point of us having this space, is saying that we need to have that faithful friend. We wouldn't be alone so much if we had those faithful friends and those people that we can lean on, and that's just because of just the consequences of our disobedience from our past, and the sin that we was in, and like now that we're walking in blessing now, he's bringing us all together. He's uniting us, and it's very important that in this unity that we're coming together, is that we have in the back of our mind that we need to serve. We need to serve. Sis should not be going grocery shopping, doing this, that, and the other. Anyways, she should have those people, that community around her. And that includes midwives, and that includes sisters who are able to, it's like we should be. That's just my point, and that's why I'm like, that is what I feel like the Most High is creating. He's creating these spaces where we are together. We're having everything to like how we building a nation without, like, he's building a nation. So this is his nation. So he's building our nation, and we are coming together, and we are going to be building. Just like we have our homes, we're going to be building birth centers. We'll be building hospitals. We'll be building all this. There's going to be so much different things in our nation. Like look at the nation now. Basically, it's a replica. It's a replica, but better, because it's going to be organized. It's going to be righteous. It's going to be in order, and that is part of the order. The order is sisters. We see in the scriptures. We see midwives, and we see these. We also see births where we see our women have been traveling. Abraham, Sarah, they're traveling. They don't even have a nation to live in. They are sojourners in different places. And we even see Miriam and Yahusha like having the baby, on the road, like not saying like out of nowhere, but I'm saying they found a place that, like, I'm sure they weren't. They understood the process of birth. Her husband knew the process of birth. The people who, when they're here, I feel like the people they're with, they had that's what they had. They took their nurses with them. Didn't it say that in the scripture, in the word? They were like, Rebecca, she took her nurse with her. So I think those are her midwives. All those servants that they had the knowledge. And it just seems like they were, close people that knew, to be able to support her and have the things that she needed. It wasn't us as a people. We weren't. It's just we were prepared. We had everything we needed. So I mean, we should have another. Let's do this, because we're going somewhere else now. Let's basically end this and talk. I feel like next conversation we should look up those scriptures and all those things, and look at those stories, and see what we've seen our people have when it came to birth, and the women, the support of the women had, so that hopefully by April we can actually get into some topics, actual topics. But I think this is a
good foundation. Like, let's get it. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, remember reading Rebecca when she went to go meet Isaac or whatever, that she brought her nurses with her. Like, we see midwives in the scriptures. Like, so it seems that if we're building a nation, we need to look at what our people did in history. So all praises. But I do want to, if you want to share anything else, I do want to, basically end this, but go ahead and share whatever you might have to add.
No. That's good. I think we covered everything that we needed to cover this time, and all praises for all the information that went out. And I pray that whoever was on, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta cover your head.
What is it?
I'll say you gotta cover your head.
Oh yeah. What, are you about to pray?
Well, you should cover your head.
Let me open this up.
Okay.
Are you praying us out?
No, I was just gonna say I pray that wasn't necessarily praying, but not. I'm just saying I pray that everybody that was on, or everybody that's going to be on, I pray that they receive whatever it is that the Most High wanted them to receive. And I pray that, we can continue to provide this space and this platform for any sister that wants to know more, that wants this information that they may not know, or needs any type of direction.
All praises. Well, what I want to do is share that I'm going to have a free birth support group starting in April. So make sure you head over to Hebrew Free Birth, and it's basically same as what we're trying to do here. It's just a place where we can there's a lot of women who the Most High has called to do free births. They've been contacting me and seeing my YouTube video where I shared my birth experience and writing in the comments, and so it's just been beautiful to like comment back and have that support, and just to have a space where we can actually talk more, just get this sisterhood going, to have that encouragement and empowerment, and get some knowledge on different topics and share that with one another, so that during these joys and challenges of pregnancy, labor, birth, postpartum, we'll have that support. So yeah, go over there to Hebrew Free Birth and make sure you sign up if the Most High leads you. And yeah, we'll see you at the next live, and I definitely want to touch base on what we see the women doing in the scriptures, so we don't fall back from what we're supposed to be doing, what our nation has done, because it's all cyclical. It's just doing it again, hallelujah, and just to come out of something that seemed like the normal, and then realize that it's not proper, and then now come into something new. It's important that we let the Most High tell us what it should look like, so that we can be led on that straight path. We trust in Him. So hallelujah, I just want to thank Him and give Him praise for all He's doing and the unity He's bringing us to. So yeah, shalom everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next live.
All praises. Shalom.
All right.
I mean, baby.
I can't hear you yet. Let me take this off. I'm on live on let me turn this up. Hold up. I gotta take the live off of YouTube.
because it's still on. If I know how to.